Hey everybody, this is James Malinchak, and we are 8 weeks away from my boot camp. So where are you? Seriously, where are you? We were checking the registration and we didn't see your name on it, and you're about to lose out on one of the greatest opportunities of your entire life. One of the things that we are going to be covering at the boot camp, and I just want to let you know that this video, I'm going to give you content and teach you some stuff in this video because I really want to serve you and make sure that you get real great stuff that you can use for your business. So one of the things at the boot camp that we are going to be talking about is your unique positioning and your brand. Now, I say brand because everybody talks about a brand, but everybody says, I need a brand. And I say, no, you don't. You need a unique positioning. You need something that makes you stand out from your competitors who talk about the same topic that you talk about. And we can do that. I've done that so many times for my students in my boot camp. I've done that for so many of my coaching members. Matter of fact, I want to show you a couple of my students and coaching members who thought they needed a brand, but what they really needed was that positioning. What happens is we start with your positioning, and this is what we'll teach you in the boot camp. Start with your positioning, and then we move to your packaging. So we're going to teach you how to position uniquely, then how to package so that the packaging matches your positioning. And here's the cool thing that happens. Once you start to do this, a brand starts to develop all on its own. So it's not that you seek out to create a brand. You do your unique positioning first, then your packaging to match the positioning, and a brand starts to develop. Let me give you an example. This is a guy who came to my boot camp. His name is Rad Watkins. He's an awesome guy. Now, Rad wanted to be a life coach, and he was a life coach. And I said, Rad, with all due respect, my man, go down to the local coffee shop and you'll find 20 life coaches sitting there right now. So you can't call yourself a life coach. We need a unique positioning. Not that you won't do life coaching. Of course you will. I do life coaching. You do life coaching. You watching probably do life coaching, but you can't call yourself a life coach. There's no unique positioning in that. So I said, start telling me about what it is that you do. And he has this amazing career where he's worked with animals for his entire career. And I said, well, tell me a little bit more about the animals. And he studies out in the wilderness. He studies bears, he studies eagles, he studies all types of wildlife. And I said, I got it. I said, we're going to create your book. And that's one of the things you'll learn in the boot camp is how to create a book the right way. By the way, I got to tell you something, a little bit about a book. I hate to break this to you, but I do not fill people full of fluff. And the thing I need to break to you is this. 99.9% of us are not going to have a #1 New York Times best-selling book or even a best-selling book. As a matter of fact, let me just tell you something. I know a lot of people who have quote-unquote New York Times best-selling books or Amazon best-selling books, and I know a lot of people who don't have best-selling books and have sold way more than the people who run around saying that they got best-selling books. So I don't care about having that title. That's calling filling your ego. And I care that you fill your bank account, and I care that you get booked to speak and you get your message out and you share your story and you share your gifts and you impact people, but you get highly compensated doing it. So for Rad, I said, let's create you into animal leadership. And he's like, oh my gosh, I love that. And I said, everything we do, we're going to create with a picture with you and a bear. So it's called Animal Leadership. Leadership lessons learned from wildlife for leading yourself and organizations. Now, does he do life coaching? Of course he does. But it's packaged uniquely because it's positioned uniquely. Then what we did is I created for him, it's hard to see, but right here, I created a framework. Let's get 4 animals from wildlife. And let's create a framework, and let's create what you learned from each of the 4 different animals, and let's create your own leadership style. We'll create your own leadership assessment that people can take, and they can see which animal they are most like when it comes to their leadership style. So this was just off the chart. So you can see everything he does now, takes a picture with the bear. His whole training program now that he does, he puts organizations and individuals through his 4 tiers of animals, if you will, to find out your animal leadership style. Okay, he has these cards that he gives out. He's got his book, and now he's doing speaking, training, and coaching on this unique positioning. So did you catch that? So you must have a unique positioning. That is one of the things that we are going to dive into deeply at the boot camp. That's one of the things that makes my boot camp so different, is that we're going to figure out how do we make you stand out and be seen amongst those who are your competitors. So hopefully you get picked, you get booked, you get coaching clients over your competitors. So I really want you to click the link. I want you to come to the boot camp. This is just one. I hope this sourced and served you, this tip. We got 4 days together. The the other thing I want to share with you is as soon as I finish talking and my mouth shuts up, I'm going to show you a little clip from the live boot camp where you could see just how magical it is. We need to have you attend. You need to be there. So click the link, register. Don't wait. We're 8 weeks away. We'll see you at the boot camp. This is probably the most important thing that I'm going to say in this entire weekend that will help you. You deserve to be appropriately compensated for the amazing work you are doing and impacting the lives you're impacting, whatever the topic is. If you're ready to receive. You got to receive that. Are you ready to receive it? And that's the main reason why our trainings keep growing and people keep coming, which I'm very thankful for, is because there's this. You'll learn very quickly that I say what I believe, and if somebody doesn't like it, I don't really care. I speak what I believe is the truth. I'm not trying to harm anyone. There's so many people that only tell you and I this, that if this is all you do, everything's cool. No, there are actually, you're running a business. Bottom line, you and I are running a business. Even nonprofits are a business. If there's no money coming in, there ain't no way to fund the nonprofit. There's certain business skills you have to have in order to get the revenue coming in to fund the nonprofit or to fund the flower shop or to fund your speaking business, to pay the bills. So you got to really catch this. If you block this over here, you might as well just take off right now because you're going to resist everything that we talk about. When I decided to do these trainings, I said, look, there's a lot of great people who teach this, and they're amazing. But where I see there's a hole, and people like you and I, what I wish I would have been taught was this stuff. Because I kept doing all that, and I'm still not paying the rent. So understand there's two sides to the coin. There's the mission, the purpose, the intention, the thinking great thoughts and all that, and serving and giving your gifts. But folks, bottom line, we got to get this over here. And if you're not willing to get this over here, I think you're going to be swimming upstream for a long, long time. Hey, it's James again. I hope you enjoyed that little clip. I hope you enjoyed the teaching point before the clip. Now it is time. It is your time to take action. Now is the time for you to become a big money speaker. So maybe you got a brochure in the mail and you read about it. Maybe you saw me on the website. Maybe you saw me speak somewhere. Maybe you invested in one of my packages and you got some tickets to attend. It's time to take action. A good friend of mine, Jack Canfield, said successful people succeed because they take action. It's your time. You've got to have the right mindset. I'm going to give you the right skill set, and you've got to get off your assets. So I want you to join me at the boot camp coming up. We are so close to it. You must register now. We are jam-packed. The hotel rooms are about to be sold out in full. Please click the link. Register today. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to help you. Register right now.